it's a blessing, to be able to have Oscar, Bernard, and the whole Golden Boy back me. So we blessed.
Right. Floyd, Kid Austin, Schofield received a major visitor today in camp, and his name was Bernard Hopkins, the executioner. The legendary Bernard Hopkins took a trip. We all know what Bernard did in his career. This man is, like I said, the history behind Bernard is spectacular, coming from being incarcerated to being, world champion. I think that homage truly needs to be paid. If there's anybody that understands the story of Floyd Schofield, you will understand that the Bernard Hopkins story, they intertwine. Kid Austin overcoming being homeless to where he is today. I mean, homage needs to be paid. Listen, it's Flight Sports. We're going to break it all down. Kid Austin returns to the ring. Make sure you subscribe to Flight Sports TV for more news, updates, and more. This was truly spectacular. Golden Boy's own Bernard Hopkins, he couldn't resist to come take a trip down to visit Kid Austin in camp. Kid Austin's ratcheting up the intensity. We ain't nothing but 2 weeks out, from the big bout. There's so much riding on this fight. This is basically Kid Austin's comeback party, after dominating Haskell Rhodes. It seemed like it was like ages, when that fight happened, because everybody's just eager and can't wait to see Kid Austin get in the ring. But at the end of the day, he just fought Haskell Rhodes, and now that was at the AT&T Center. Now we move to Houston, Texas, which is going to be a spectacular fight at the Toyota Center. This is actually going to be on the card with Ryan Garcia, his coming back party against Oscar Durante Gerardo. So everybody's anticipating that bout of Ryan Garcia. All eyes will be descended. And I believe and I know that Kid Austin will steal the show. If you're looking at the 135 division, you see what's going on with Shakur Stevenson. He just lost. I'm not part of him. He just lost a lot of steam. Excuse me. Obviously, he didn't. He didn't lose, and I wasn't saying that to be funny. But the way the atmosphere around Shakur is right now, you would have thought he lost. It would have never. It's like he just won the title and nobody cares. And that's because the electricity, wasn't there in that fight. If anybody has seen a Floyd Kid Austin Schofield fight, it don't lack electricity. Kid Austin understands what it means to be defensive and give people a show, and he doesn't do that at the expense of his safety and protection. Because you got to understand the sport of boxing. You can't play boxing. And Kid Austin has taught us that, for years now. But I thought that this was legendary for Bernard Hopkins, to take a trip down because, like I said, Golden Boy is starting to turn it up, getting ready for this card. They just recently announced the major card with Kid Austin, on it. In this feature, we got Shane Mosley Jr. You got a couple of guys on this undercard. Golden Boy, unveiled the rest of the card for the December 2nd fight between Ryan Garcia and Durante. This fight is featuring 5 bouts on the zone, and obviously we know Kid Austin will be one of them. You have O'Hara Davies and Ismail Barossa for the interim WBA super lightweight title. And we all know, like I said, they got Kid Austin listed as top lightweight prospect. Floyd Schofield, 15-0, 11 wins by the way of knockout. Even though we know that Kid Austin is not a prospect, he's a contender. He done passed prospect. And the best part about it is all these champions know what's up with Kid Austin. Ain't none of them eager. We talk this boogeyman stuff in the sport of boxing in the 135 division. Nobody has been more of a boogeyman than Kid Austin. When you look at guys like Devin Haney, Kid Austin is the most avoided fighter. They all jump out on social media. They all know what's up with Kid Austin. He's a problem child. because they know with him coming up on the ranks, what it signals for them. Playtime is over. That's why you see them hop, skip, and go into different divisions. So the only thing I don't like, about this division is that you got all these names. It seems like they got placeholders, where it seems like these are the names and everybody else is in this box. And I don't like that. I believe that Kid Austin is better than Frank Martin. I believe that Kid Austin is better than all of these top guys that's up there, and it's upsetting that he hasn't got an opportunity to prove it just yet. But we all know we got to trust the process. Golden Boy has a plan in place for Kid Austin, and you see it every bout. It's something bigger, it's something better. His opponent has not been announced yet. Kid Austin has indications on who it may be, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a second of coverage as we bring it to you. Because once the fighter is formally announced, now we done heard some things through the grapevine. We can't really, discuss it here. But once the fight is formally announced, you understand, we will bring all the news and updates to you. So it's paramount that you subscribe to Flight Sports and you follow Kid Austin 1 on Instagram now. But let me know your thoughts seeing the execution of, Visit Kid Austin. I can only imagine the conversations that was had between him and his father, Floyd Schofield Jr., the business ideas, the competitive nature, that's something that we're going to discuss in our next sit down, is everything that Floyd Schofield Jr. is accomplishing. I'm seeing him, a lot more relaxed, calm, in there in fight nights. When Kid Austin go into that corner, I see a lot of comfortability. It seems like he getting more and more comfortable every fight. It was almost like he's a savant, like he's been doing this for such a long time. And the bigger the stage, because obviously we see what Kid Austin is bringing to the table, but I'm also watching Floyd Schofield Jr. as the pressure of the fight. You got to understand, he's the coach, he's the trainer, he's in the corner. You understand? You don't think he's feeling the intensity bout after bout? You understand? And for him to have that ice water in his veins, come fight night, it's definitely remarkable. And like I said, homage must be paid. Listen, this December 2nd, it will be all out domination when Floyd Schofield Jr. and Floyd Schofield the third step into that square circle to dominate. Once that opponent is announced, we're gonna be bringing it to you. Every fighter that has been announced for Kid Austin, they claim is a step up. He's been dominating these steps up. And I'm telling you, December 2nd, it won't be no mistake about it. Kid Austin is the top face of the 135 division. Now, I know it's gonna make people upset, but the facts are the facts. And you heard it here first at Flight Sports TV. Shout out to the champ, Kid Austin. You already know what it is. FS Promotions was good. Shout out to everybody. It's Flight Sports TV.